able PRO, and to say this is a great moment for me for several reasons. One, I am the deputy chief of the hospital, and of course, in this hospital, we are very much concerned about how we look after people with kidney problems. And double that, I am a nephrologist and a member of this department or this unit. I tend to know how important this whole process of dialysis is, and what it takes for somebody to go into it, and what goes wrong if somebody doesn't have it. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Trust Bank for consistently looking after people with dialysis, year in, year out. This is not new. We've always been here. We've sat here in different forms to discuss what Trust Bank is supporting the hospital in way back when I was even a student. And this is not all they do. They've been supporting us in so many other means. Of course, in the hospital, we have so many places in this hospital that from the sanatorium to the wards to the dialysis unit, Trust Bank has supported in all forms. And for a bank that looks into its people, that is such a corporate social responsibility, this is commendable. They could have done it elsewhere. They could have put it elsewhere, where probably they would get more recognition, or more people will be coming around to thank them. But these people that you're offering this service to are a very special group of people. They're special in the sense that what we're giving them today is a lifeline for them. Without this, they have no means of surviving for more than 1 week. So this is a very noble gesture, and we look forward to more support from your bank or from all other donors to support dialysis. Government can't do this alone. It is not even possible for the government to do it alone, even in the most advanced of places. So if a bank or any private person has a means of supporting dialysis or dialysis care, you're doing it in the right place. What you just provided, they look like water, but there's solutions that your body needs to change your acid levels of your body. I'm sure a lot of us don't know that the kidney controls your acidity of your body, and because the kidney controls the acidity of your body, these fluids are acids. So because your kidney is not working well, then this acid the machine mix this in your blood to make your acidity controlled. The other one is a line. So the lines are the ones that they connect your tubes of your blood to the machine with. So they are very, very important part of the whole process. You find out that if you never been to dialysis unit, I mean, this may not look like important, or may look mysterious to you, but these are quite very essential. If one of these is missing, somebody cannot get dialyzed. So you need a complete set, and each of these set together is almost close to 100 or 50 euro together if you're going to have one for one session. So you can imagine one person needs to do 3 of that in a week. So 12 of it in a month. How many more does the person need to do in a year? So how much money do you need to be able to run that unit? Excluding the staffing, excluding the other things, that operational cost of the place. We're talking about only the consumables, not the machines at all. So it's a huge task. Gambia government is doing a lot to make sure that this is done free. I'm not sure if we are to pay for this, for as it happens in other countries, how many Gambians will be alive being dialyzed every day. But I won't take long, and I won't say much. I want to thank the bank, Trust Bank, for taking this up on behalf of the hospital board, the hospital management. I want to thank our colleagues from the media for making time to come and showcase this noble gesture. I want to thank my staff who are day to day looking after these patients. I want to thank everybody, the admin staff that have been coordinating all this process, like writing letters and sometimes some of them, we task them to do things that probably are not their job. Some of them are the ones who are carrying this, the acetate and the solutions to bring them here. I want to thank you all, and thank you very much.
Deputy CMD Jain, Chief Matron Antihadi, and Able PRO, colleagues from Trust Bank, media, and also Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital staff. Good afternoon. Please allow me to express gratitude towards the management of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital for allowing us to come once again to make this presentation. It is important to us for two reasons. One, because in 2019, we lost a valued member of our staff, Mr. Ibrahim Fraser. He died because of kidney issues. He used to come to this very facility for dialysis, and the bank supported him by making sure that we always had, in our HR office, we had a stock of these supplies for him available to bring for his weekly sessions. But unfortunately, we lost him. But because of his experience and because of what we saw him going through, we decided that this was a worthwhile cause. And there are many Gambians, especially at a young age, who are suffering from kidney disease. And there are two options available to kidney patients, I understand: dialysis and transplant. And I'm sure you can imagine that both are very Herculean tasks. But at least at our end, we know that we can do something about providing these consumables for the hospital's use. So this donation here is valued at around $300,000. It is, like Dr. Jain said, it looks small and it looks inconsequential, but it is essential for the survival of people who are suffering from kidney disease. Mr. Fraser came to this facility weekly for dialysis treatment. And we understand that during that period, sometimes the hospital didn't have these supplies, and patients were required to go out and search for them themselves. I know this personally because around the same period of time, I was personally sponsoring a lady called Ndei, and she was 17 years old. And when the hospital didn't have supplies, and when the hospital has supplies, they offer these treatments free of charge. But when there are no supplies, then it's for the patients to either go and source it from other facilities or to go and find their own. Unfortunately, I lost Ndei too. So this donation is probably one of the most emotional ones for me, because I have personally been impacted by the loss of two very young people who had a lot going for them and who could have contributed a lot to society. But we lost them very early to kidney disease. Trust Bank is one of the leading banks in the Gambia. And we love giving back to the communities we operate in to ensure that there's sustainability of our health, social, and economic environments. This is integral to our overall business strategy. Our aim is to give back in a structured and sustainable manner. And that is why when we choose a cause, we engage with the authorities to find out exactly what they need, so that we buy exactly what they need, because that is what is most important to them at the time that they make the request. Our donation here today is comprised of items specifically requested by the dialysis unit of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. These are hemodialysis blood lines and acetic concentrate and acetate. Allow me to speak about a cause that lies very close to our hearts, and I think it deserves undivided attention and support. It is disheartening to witness the suffering experienced by individuals who require dialysis but are unable to access and afford the treatment they so desperately need. Now imagine living with a condition in which your kidneys are not working very well to keep you alive, and your treatment options are limited to either dialysis, like I said, or kidney transplant. I don't think kidney transplant is an option in this country. I don't think so. So what is available is dialysis. But it is a very expensive treatment, Because apart from the machines, as Dr. Jan explained, you need certain consumables. Otherwise, if one of these is missing, then the patient cannot be dialyzed. This unit serves as a lifeline for those battling kidney disease, enabling them to receive life-saving treatment and offering them hope for a brighter tomorrow. However, the unit, just like any other health facility in the country, is burdened with challenges that limit its capacity to address the growing demands of the community. They have insufficient equipment, limited resources, limited access to these consumables because they are in high demand on a daily basis. So that is why we are here to support. It is our responsibility as corporate citizens to step forward and extend a helping hand to those in need. By donating to the dialysis unit of this hospital, we can directly impact the lives of those requiring dialysis treatment, providing them with improved accessibility, enhanced care, and a renewed sense of hope. Together, we have the power to improve the lives of countless individuals who have been burdened by kidney disease. By supporting the dialysis unit, we can alleviate financial constraints that prevent patients from receiving the care they urgently need to help ensure that they receive the right treatment. Moreover, this donation today will not only benefit individuals directly, but will also have a ripple effect on our society as a whole. When we invest in the health and well-being of our community, we strengthen the foundations upon which prosperity and growth are built. With improved dialysis facilities, we can enhance the quality of life for many and enable them to continue making valuable contributions to our economy and society. Therefore, I implore on each and every one of us to come forward and contribute to this noble cause. You have the power to make an impact. You have the power to be a beacon of hope for those in need. And as a bank, we have chosen to exercise that power. We remain steadfast in our commitment to our community. We will continue to support the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital Dialysis Unit, not only in Ibrahima Fraser's memory, but because we believe that it is a just cause. Together, we can make a tangible difference and pave the way for a healthier and more prosperous future. Please allow me to conclude by expressing our deepest gratitude to the management and staff of Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital for their unwavering dedication and tireless efforts to serve Gambians and non-Gambians alike. We are Gambians. We are not immune to the things that are going on in this environment. I have personal gratitude for Dr. Jain. I mean, he may not remember, but he was the primary caregiver when my auntie suffered from cancer some years ago. And I appreciate and always remember when he gave me the news that they had done their best, but it was going to be the end for her because there was nothing more. It was too late. But the empathy he showed and the care he showed to her to the very end is something that has always remained with me. And I know that she was not the only recipient of that gesture. So we applaud him and we applaud the entire staff of Edward Francis Small Hospital for the very important job that they do. They are professionals who save lives, and they are professionals who comfort many in their times of need. Today, when we did the presentation earlier at the Canifing General Hospital, the CEO said something. He said to us, the things you brought, which were mainly detergents and cleaning materials, it may look small, but these things will help us to contain cross-contamination and keep the hospital environment clean. And then he pointed to the products and he said, these products will save lives. And we reacted by saying, it is our proudest moment then, to say that Trust Bank then is not just only a service provider for financial services. Trust Bank is a lifesaver. We are very, very passionate about our CSR initiative at this time of the year. Yesterday we started with Tanka Tanka, and then we went to Bundung Maternal and Child, and then today we went to Canoping General Hospital. Now we are here at the Edward Francis Small Dialysis Unit. Tomorrow we will go to SL, and then we will go to Farafenye. And then on Thursday we will go to Basse and end at Buyam. So this week alone, we will go to 8 different facilities across the length and breadth of this country to support and showcase our dedication to helping to complement government efforts. This is our commitment, and we just ask that Gambians continue to support Trust Bank, because when Trust Bank succeeds, we have already showcased what we do with the proceeds of our success. We will continue to benefit Gambians. Thank you very much.
Mandy. I'm the deputy matron of the hemodialysis unit. My matron is not available, so I am stepping in for her. We are very happy for this gesture. Nothing is small. Anything that you people donate to us, we really appreciate it, because we know that you are contributing to the betterment of the lives of Gambians. We are so grateful for your generosity, because all of us know that dialysis is expensive. I always tell the patients that it's only in the Gambia that you have free dialysis, but elsewhere there is nothing like free dialysis, so the government is really trying. And then the government alone, they cannot do it. So we are so much grateful that your bank has reached out to us and you made the hemodialysis unit, which is the only unit in the country, your priority. And we pray and hope that you continue donating to us, because some of the patients, let's say most of or 95% of the patients, they find it difficult when these consumables are finished for them to have their proper dialysis, because they cannot afford it. The gallon looks small or the bag looks small, but it's very, very expensive. Some of them, they cannot afford it, so they miss their session, and then it's always detrimental to their lives. So if we miss, if some of these stocks are not available, let's say in the country also, some patients, they die. So, and we are not praying for that to happen to our patients. So we are so much grateful for Trust Bank Gambia, and we pray that God will reward your generosity towards helping the Gambian people. Thank you.
Very happy to have you and your staff in our unit. Here is the hemodialysis unit. We have unit 1 and 2. Yes, and also we welcome in our deputy CMD, plus our deputy matron and our public relation officer. She is the deputy matron with us here, Margaret. So these materials really, for us, we are the happiest, because as a doctor, when you treat the patient, you have the resources, you expect to have good results. So if you have the consumables, it makes the treatment easier for us. Because if the patient don't have consumables, they become more complicated, and the treatment becomes more tiring and more complicated also. So we would like to thank you once more. Last year, you have come to our aid. The previous years, I was not around. But when we are talking about one of your patients, Fraser was my friend before I traveled. Yes, I always, even when I travel, I used to communicate with him. He was very, very dedicated and very, social, communicative. So we talk a lot of things, even outside dialysis. So we still remember him in our prayers, and we hope that God would grant him Jannah. So this material, dialysis here is very expensive to be cared, our CMD has said. To maintain it is, even in the first world, is a challenge. They have these insurance groups to control it. Here we started with 2 machines, but you imagine now, even the machines now we have small. Presently we have around 19 machines. And those 19 machines, some of them even need replacement. We hope that some private, I'm talking to the media, some private people will come and chip in to contact our hospital administration so that they could help us or not. We want to expand it, and also to expand it outside Banjul or outside this place. Because dialysis, what happens is that at first people were diagnosed with other conditions. No one was thinking about renal failure. So I remember people were diagnosed with malaria because most kidney failure, some people start with now they are vomiting. People, this has malaria, drinking Coartem. But now people are getting aware. So we are diagnosing a lot of patients. A lot of patients. With about 2 million people, you could even expect to have almost more than 200 people on dialysis. So it's a big, huge responsibility. And if you have someone who is coming every year to help us, what we could say is thank you very much. And for me, I am the happiest man because in charge of mostly seeing the patient. He is our boss now, which most administrative job is occupied with, but from time to time we get advice from him and he comes along. So it's still taking on course. So this is the dialysis unit. So this one is the acetate, as he has said. It becomes even difficult. This is not produced in the Gambia. Sometimes if it gets finished, you have to go to Senegal or outside country to get it. So it's time consuming because you cannot put it on the flights. It becomes difficult. So you buying it really has double advantage with us. So it increase our stocks so that we could plan to get more earlier. So the blood lines also are important, very, very important, because that's where we get patients' blood to the machine for filtering. So because these patients normally, you have other patients, these patients, when they start dialysis, you have to do it for the rest of your life unless you have a transplant. So transplant, ministry promised that they are working on it. We hope that very soon we will get it. But meanwhile, we have to do a good dialysis for them in order to give them quality of life. Presently, we have patients who are doing dialysis and working. So if you have a good dialysis, you could contribute your part to the national development. Yes, because it's not every day you do dialysis. You only come for 4 hours. So, and also if you keep them good dialysis, then they will be able to get a transplant. So not to make your day longer and be boring. So we are very happy. We thank you once more. I know Mr. Gomez, he's my friend. All the time we took chatting. So we pray that we continue working together, Mr. Gomez. So next year we hope that you would get also, apart from the consumer, we might get 1 or 2 machines. so that because presently we have, ministry have bought about 7 new machines. For the patients, everybody want to go to a new machine. So it becomes difficult. If you have everybody having a machine, it will be a better way for all the patients. They will have a very quality. If a patient gets a quality dialysis, the patient will not get admitted. You don't even recognize him. So we also, ministry have been doing well. We have also been promised to a new water plant. So that will also make the treatment very more effective for the patient. So if everybody chips in some part of it, I think the patients are the general, the Gambia is the general who is going to benefit. So for us it will make our work easier so that not even on Sunday people will not go, Dr. Sima, I am not feeling well. So I can have absolutely time to rest. Thank you very much. And thank